Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the question of whether speed paints are boring and are they outdated, are they no longer useful on YouTube, do people still like them? But before I do, I'm going to tell you about the speed paint that is going on in this video right now. This is a fairy garden piece. I made it because for work this week I'm doing a video for Earth Day, so I made a fairy garden and just doing some Earth Day crafts, and this is an accompanying colouring page. So the colouring page is available for free to download because I'm giving it for free at work, so I will leave a link to it in the description below if you would like to colour it. And because I really like how this piece turned out, I am going to be putting it on my Redbubble so you can get prints and merch too. I'm using my Wacom tablet. I can't remember what the tablet is, but it's kind of a basic-ish Wacom, and Krita because I really like Krita and it's free software. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how this piece turned out. It has quite thick line art because it's a colouring page and it works better for me with thick line art, but I did keep the thick line art and I didn't change the colour because I think it worked overall when the piece was done. So I hope you enjoy the speed paint. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this topic is I've seen quite a lot of big YouTubers talk about how speed paints are no longer relevant and people don't want to watch them anymore and they can be a bit boring and not engaging. So I just wanted to talk about that really, and I'm not saying that they're wrong necessarily. I'm not going to be like throwing hate on anyone because everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but I want to maybe argue that there is maybe still a place for speed paints on YouTube. In the earlier days of YouTube, speed paints were quite popular. Got the original OG YouTube artists like Sakoens, Bailey J and all that group, and they did quite a lot of speed paints because when YouTube was quite new, it was quite a novel thing to film your art and speed it up. It wasn't really done before. It was quite cool, it was new and it was exciting. But as time went on, the YouTube algorithm changed, the ever-changing, ever omnipresent? Don't think that's the word I'm looking for. Ever elusive, ever-changing algorithm meant that more crazy challenge videos became more popular because they're more entertaining, whereas a speed paint of a piece of art that took someone hours and hours to make and have sped up doesn't always make the cut and isn't always as engaging for viewers. So the kind of question is, are speed paints outdated? And I don't think they are. I think they are still useful and there is still a place for them, because as an artist myself, I love watching the process of other people. There are YouTubers that I can watch even if they do speed paints for the rest of their YouTube career. For example, I can watch Jamie Jo paint again and again and rewatch them. Yes, she does super fast speed paints, but I could just watch because I find it really useful because I love her work. I'm in love with her style and I can see exactly what she's doing and I can learn a lot. And that's the thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these crazy challenges or, customizing things or doing clickbaity challenges. But I think that if you want to grow as an artist, I think it's good to still watch these speed paints, especially if the artist is explaining as they go. I find that really useful and you can learn a lot and you can learn a lot from the process. It just kind of depends what content you like. I don't really know what I really want to say, but I've been feeling a bit, that because a good proportion of what I do is speed paints. I don't just do speed paints, I do challenges and all sorts of things as well. I do product reviews. But because I do quite a lot of speed paints, I'm kind of wondering whether that's a bit outdated and people don't tend to like to watch that anymore. People would prefer crazy challenges, which I do enjoy doing the challenges, but I also like to show my process and maybe help other people along the way if people can see what I'm doing and they might be able to learn as well. I don't know, I think also if a speed paint is paired with a discussion, so sometimes I do that, like now, funnily enough, this is an example of what I mean. If you're pairing a speed paint with a discussion about a certain topic, then that does make it more interesting because the artwork is going on in the background and you're talking about something. I think there is a danger in just dismissing speed paints and just saying they're outdated and they're boring, because that isn't really fair to some artists that do speed paints as a majority of their work. And I know there are quite a lot of big YouTubers that still do speed paints and they still do well, but they've established an audience, I guess. for their work. But yeah, I think it is a bit unfair to say that speed paints are boring and outdated, because people put a lot of time and effort into the artwork and into the speed paint. It just kind of sucks a little bit that that is sometimes the general feeling, but there are ways to adapt speed paints, I guess, and with a bit more fancy editing techniques and making sure you're including B-roll, slowing down the footage, speeding it up at certain points, that sort of thing does really help to make it a little bit more visually engaging. And yeah, I don't really know what my overall conclusion is to this, but I guess I want to know what you guys think. So do start a discussion in the comments below. So my questions for you, I guess, are speed paints outdated? Are they useful? What can you learn from them? Do you enjoy watching speed paints? Do you prefer crazy fun challenges that can get a little bit off the wall because that's what the YouTube algorithm likes? What are your thoughts on this topic? Do you think that there is still a place for speed paints on YouTube, or do you think that it's a bit outdated now? I think it could also be attention spans of people as well, because with new apps such as TikTok, the longest video you can post on there is a minute long, so you don't necessarily get as bored as watching a 10-minute speed paint. But I don't know. I just don't know. What would you like to see from me as well? If you don't like my speed paints as much, let me know what you would like instead necessarily. I'm not saying I'm going to stop doing speed paints, because I do enjoy that, and that is a good part of my channel. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What type of videos do you like? Do you like a discussion over the top of a speed paint? And if you do, give me some discussion topics, because I'm running out of ideas. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say really, so leave your thoughts in the comments below. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katie. I make art videos, as you can probably gathered by now if you've got this far into the video. I do speed paints, challenges, product reviews. I do quite a lot of Pokemon art. So if you like Pokemon, do go and have a look around my channel. I have my little mouse character called Charlie. So do go and have a look for him, go and find him. And yeah, if you like this video, emotionally, do leave it a like down below, and do feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for the topic of speed paints. I really like how this piece turned out. I spent quite a lot of time with it. There was quite a lot of footage to speed up, but it was digital, so it wasn't too difficult to edit. That's what I like about doing digital speed paints, is that it is quick to edit. The art takes a long time, but the edit is much quicker than it is with traditional. Yeah, I use quite a lot more layers than I normally do, and I try to add a little bit of lighting, but not too much. The idea of this piece is that it is a fairy garden, something that you would probably find in a children's storybook. And we have a tree stump where the fairy is sitting on, and it is not a tree house, as my friend pointed out. It is a tree bungalow, which I quite like that idea. It's the fairy's tree bungalow, and she's just sitting on top of the roof, just reflecting, looking at all the flowers and the mushrooms. And I think it's quite a magical scene, and I am really pleased with how it turned out. So don't forget, if you would like to colour this yourself, there is a link in the description below where you can download it for free. It's totally free for you to download. Like I said, because it's for work, so it's free for work, so I'm putting it for free everywhere. And there are some prints and merch on my Redbubble of this if you would like it. But that's really all I've got to say for this video. I think the discussion topic was a bit depressing, but also not. I think it is good to have this discussion and good to bring back the idea of speed paints, and to maybe rethink the idea that speed paints are outdated and speed paints aren't enough. Because if you're an artist and you post to YouTube and you like posting speed paints, you shouldn't be made to feel that that is not enough. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to stop rambling now. Hopefully you have found this discussion useful and you've enjoyed the video. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.